Hey! Is this heaven? No. It's Iowa.
Ellie Sattler.
Alan Grant.
You didn't come out all this way just to catch up now, did you?
You coming or what?
Well, good morning, sexy monkeys. Welcome back to SkyGen Experience. I'm Ben. I'm going to be talking about Jurassic World Dominion, the third Jurassic World and the sixth movie in the whole franchise if you include Jurassic Park. And off the bat, my first reaction was I was disappointed. I had a couple days to think about it, and yeah, I'm still kind of disappointed. But it's not a bad movie, because you gotta realize for a Jurassic Park, Jurassic World franchise, it's kind of like James Bond movies, I would say. The level they have to reach, is the bar is set so high where eventually you're not going to get the magic every time. Eventually you're going to swing and miss. And they swung and missed. And I can definitely tell what they missed on was they tried to make like an Avengers Endgame Infinity Wars, and they bit more than they can chew. The idea was there, fantastic idea, but it was too much. The story was too out. It was just everywhere. The story was, for what all the shit they went through, we really didn't gain much. We really didn't gain much because we pretty much, where they started and where they left off essentially was the same spot. And the villains in this, the new people, there's two new people, at least on top of my head, that I really did enjoy. But the villains, especially that female villain, like, what the fuck are we doing with that, dude? And Dotson is supposed to be the main villain. He does the voice on the History Channel, like the Titans that built America, the food that built America, Frontier, like that narrator, that's him. But no, mostly they bit more than they can chew, and it was very obvious. But it was, from start to finish, there wasn't a point where I wanted to leave. There wasn't a point where I was falling asleep. So it kept it going throughout the whole thing. There was a lot of good moments throughout the movie where it was solid. But like I said, it just has... all these movies are living up to the bar is set so high with Jurassic Park and the Jurassic World. Those two movies, they're incredible. And Jurassic Park Lost World, the second one, and Jurassic Park 3, and then Jurassic World, the last one that just came out, Fallen Kingdom. Those are all solid as fuck. So your movie has to be solid fuck just to reach that level, and they swung and missed on this one. So where they left off at Fallen Kingdom was the dinosaurs are now everywhere. And this movie really talks about is 4 years later, in the 4-year gap, they're talking about the consequences of their actions. For example, now we have dinosaurs and humans trying to figure out how to live together. And the question is, should we? Should we not? Should we kill them? Should we poach them? Should we illegal breed them? No one's on the same page because it's the world, you know? You can't have everyone on the same page with this, so it's just a hot fucking mess. No one knows what to do with them. No one knows what we should do. Should we kill them? Should we not? And now it's starting to really set effect. For example, the locusts is these fucking giant locusts are starting to take out all these crops, which feeds us and feeds the animals that we eat, like chickens. So that's really the main thing, is the fact that these locusts are going to take over the world and literally kill us humans because we don't have nothing to eat. I remember I had low expectations going into this because it was a good week and a half that this movie came out, and the reviews were just not so hot at all. Not so. And on Rotten Tomato, it's like 39%. It's definitely the lowest of the 6. So going in, I was like looking for it, and I wish I didn't because I was catching it off really quick. The CGI stuck out like a sore fucking thumb in the first 20 minutes. It's when it sticks out, it's because I can tell it's CG. I can tell it's green screen, blue screen. There's plenty of events, especially is with Chris Pratt, his introduction, you know, on a horse trying to catch that shit, whatever dinosaur it was. you can just, the CGI just stuck out, dude. It just stuck out where I was like, oh man, you haven't done that before, especially in the 2 Jurassic World movies. CGI did not stick out. So CGI on this movie was definitely just dramatically lowered. Dramatically lowered. Oh, I did not understand that. I did enjoy how it went all over the world. I wrote down all the places they went to, and it was around 10. And I definitely missed a few. But I am kind of salty that at the beginning of the movie, they start out with that sea monster, that big dinosaur that is in the water. That was in the opening scene of Fallen Kingdom, how it gets out. It comes up and like takes down this crab fishing boat, and that was it. It was like a 20-second clip. Man, if they would just extended that out to a good 4 or 5 minute, like tense fucking scene of like them on the seeing the dinosaur on the radar and seeing it, like you could have done so much more to make that scene hella fucking creepy. Imagine being on the boat and you see that dinosaur like go underneath your boat or just swimming around. Like, oh, they could have made that so much intense. But no, they stretched this fucking story out so far where you're just like, even the main villain Dodson, he is, the way he like introduced himself to Grant and Allie is just like, what the fuck, dude? You make the character intentionally confusing with this confusing story. You're confusing us audience, and it's like, dude, come on. There's so much shit we can do here. There's this guy named Ramsey, new character. I fucking love this guy. He's a great actor. Love his character. Dude. So the whole time you're thinking, is he he's acting good, but is he gonna be one of those guys that turns bad? Like, gotcha. No, the whole time he delivers and he stays course of being the good guy. And I've never seen him before. And I know he has a few on his IMDb list, but he's a great actor, and I can see him really skyrocketing from it. But I love that new character in this movie. This is actually the first movie of Jurassic World and Jurassic Park movies that does not involve a hybrid. Yeah. What I mean by hybrid is a genetically modified creature that isn't a natural dinosaur. At least in Jurassic World 1 and 2. But now I'm thinking about Jurassic Park. I think those are all natural dinosaurs. But I'm not a dinosaur expert. I don't fucking know. Alright, so like I said, Dodson, I mentioned a few times. If you remember the very first movie with Nettie, how do you say his fucking name? Duh. Whatever. I'll put a clip up. That guy. When he introduced the Barbasol can, like how he does it, he's like, hey, Dodson. That guy.
Dodson! We've got Dodson here! See, nobody cares.
Dodson is the main villain in this movie. And I didn't realize that till afterwards when I was looking up the IMDb, like, trivia, stuff like that. I was like, oh, fuck. Because in the movie, he has the actual Barbasol can from the first movie. He does have that, which I was like, instilled that when I saw that, it didn't click that was Dodson, but it was very obvious that's the Barbasol can from the first movie. So I won't really get into much spoiler stuff, but more or less, I mean, we all know Blue has a baby. We saw that in the trailer. And in the trailer, Blue or Blue's baby gets kidnapped. We know that. So eventually the story is Chris Pratt goes to get Blue or Blue's baby, I won't say who, and tries to bring them back. Essentially, that's the story. And in doing so, they run into the OG people, the original people, Malcolm, Allie, and Grant. Yeah, I said that right. Okay. And they eventually come together and they save the world, essentially. But they actually don't save the world this time because, like I said, where it ends is exactly where it started. It starts with dinosaurs going around the Earth free, and it ends with them walking around the Earth free. None of the dinosaurs get wiped out. None of them get killed. There's no new laws. No. It stays the same. But I'm cool with that. I am cool with the fact that there's the possibility we can just have a movie of us humans and dinosaurs coexisting together. And if they do it properly, there's a million things we can do with this. And there is a twist with Maisie. It's about her mother, Charlotte. Huge twist. Didn't see that coming. Won't say what it was, but if you know what I mean, I'm cool with that. That one scene with with Maisie and Dr. Wu talking about, you know, Charlotte and the whole everything. That was a really beautiful moment. And speaking of Dr. Wu, in the first, so he's been throughout this whole franchise, especially World, the first World, and last one, Fallen Kingdom. He's kind of been the bad guy. He's the one that's been, he's a scientist that's trying to do something heroic and amazing, but it always turns bad for him. So he's had a bad luck when it comes to making dinosaurs. And so this one, he is trying to come up to be a way to save the world, to be the hero. And he's all about giving himself credit in the first Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. But in this movie, he has a character arc where he does something very heroic at the very end, and he credits someone else. He doesn't take the credit. All he wants to do is correct his mistakes. All he wants to do is save the world. So his character arc surprisingly caught me off guard, and I really enjoyed that from him because he is such a great actor, and his character is, there's a lot there you can play with because he's so smart with what he does, and he's been with this franchise the whole time. And it was nice when you take you thought was a villain and you kind of flip it, kind of like a Terminator 2. You know how he's the bad guy in the first one, and then Terminator 2 is the good guy, something like that. So like I said, there's no hybrid dinosaurs in this, but you are introduced to a bunch of new dinosaurs that were real dinosaurs. And there was one that had like really long fingers, and then you have another one that's supposed to be the largest ever carnivorous dinosaur that walked on planet Earth. So he's obviously bigger than T-Rex, and T-Rex does appear in this just like in any other pretty much movie. He's the main guy. I mean, look at the logo. I don't have a logo here, but no. Yeah, I do. Logo. Oh, yeah. So he's the face of the franchise. There's no doubt about that. So he makes an appearance in this one, of course, and there's a nice battle at the end with apex predators that you would love. So throughout this movie, you get all of these like Easter eggs of the first 5 movies, like especially the first 3 Jurassic Park movies. And throughout this movie, you get a lot of moments like, okay, that's definitely Jurassic Park 3. For example, like being stuck in a tree with a parachute and trying to get down, Jurassic Park 3. Being like trying to climb on a rope or stuff like that, the Jurassic Park The Lost World, the second one. Throughout the first movie, where am I going with this? At one point, this movie almost turned into Indiana Jones. Seriously, it was just like, really? Are we really going to do this right now? But no, overall though, I give this movie for a SkyGene score a 6 out of 10. A 6 out of 10, and it's definitely the worst of the 6. Like I said though, those other movies are fucking amazing, so it's hard to beat that. But a 6 out of 10 in my eyes is an enjoyable movie from start to finish. And 6 out of 10? No, let's go 6.5. Yeah, 6.5. I had to second guess myself on that. Yeah, 6.5 sounds more right. So 6 out of 10 is kind of like it's enjoyable from start to finish. But 6.5, yeah, I'll give it 6.5. And it's the lowest of the 6, hands down. Alright, Section Monkeys, I am curious what you guys got to think about this movie. I know there's a lot of parts in this movie that was actually really good. If you want to talk about that, I'm down. And maybe down the road I'll do a spoiler stuff. But until then, Section Monkeys, I will see you later.